In this video, I'm going to show you how to work with indexing and slicing in strings. In my development environment, you'll see I've created a new variable called my_string and assigned it the value of hello world, and then I called the print function to output that value. But I don't really want to output this entire string here. Instead, I just want to output the capital H. Now, the way we do that is by using indexing, which uses square bracket notation. So I'm going to type in my 2 square brackets here. And in order to get the first character, since Python is a 0 indexed language, that means that this first character is at position 0 and then 1, 2, all the way up to the end of the string. So I'm going to put in a 0 in these square brackets. So now when I print this, it's going to output just the capital H. And if I wanted to, let's say, grab the last character here, which is the exclamation point, I would put in the number of characters that are in this string -1, which in this case, there's 13 characters in this string. So I would put in a 12 here. And if I run this, we'll see that I get the exclamation point. I could also use negative indexing. So instead of putting in a 12, I would put in a -1, which would give me this last character here. If I run that, we'll see that I do get a exclamation point here. And I would do the same thing for any character in this string. So if I wanted, for example, this capital W, it is at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's at the 7th position. So I would put in a 7 here. And when I run this, we'll see that I get the capital W output. Now that you know about indexing, let's go ahead and look at slicing. Slicing is similar, where it uses the square bracket notations, but we can add in a colon here. Now, because I don't have a number on the left or right side of this colon, if I were to run this now, it will output the entire string. But let's say that I just want these first 5 characters here. To the left of the colon, I'm going to put in a 0 because I want it to start at the beginning of the string. And on the right side of the colon, I'm going to put in a 5. This 5 here would actually be at the position of this comma. So the way that slicing works is it goes from the starting number inclusive up to, but not including the number to the right. So this is just going to grab hello. If I run this, we'll see that. However, in this example, this 0 is actually unnecessary. If I don't put anything to the left of the colon, it's just going to grab whatever the starting position of this string is up to, but not including this end position. So if I run that again, we'll see that we get hello again. And it works the same way for the other side. So if I were to put a 7 here to start at the capital W and nothing on the right side, it would grab everything from the capital W to the end. If I put in, let's say, a large number here like 20, we know that this string isn't 20 characters long, but it's not going to cause any issues. It's just simply going to grab from 7 up to whatever the last character in the string is. Slicing also supports negative indexing. So if I wanted to grab the word world, I would go -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would go from position -6 up to -1. And just like not using negatives, it is up to, but not including whatever is on the right side of the colon. So this actually isn't going to include the exclamation point here. And when I run that, we'll see that I only get the word world. So if I wanted to grab the end as well, I would simply leave the right side of the colon blank. And then we get the output world with the exclamation point. I'm going to show one more thing with slicing, which is you can add another colon here, and then a step or increment value. So if I wanted to grab every other character in this string, I would simply leave this blank, have 2 colons. So it's going to go from the start of the string to the end of the string, but it's only going to grab every other character. And if I run that, we'll see that we get HLO space OL exclamation point, which is every other character. And let's say that I wanted to instead grab every other character starting from world on. I could type in 7 here, and I'll go ahead and type in 13, which will get us the entire word world, including the exclamation point. And if I run that, we'll see that I get W, R, and D. And that's it for indexing and slicing. In the next video, we'll take our first look at the Python library documentation and string methods.